Holocaust may have happened 70 years ago, which to some is a long time. But here in Argentina, there's a project underway to keep the memories of the horrors very much alive. David Galante was 18 when he was branded in Auschwitz and 80 when he met the King of Spain. He has a lifetime of memories to share, some of them published in his book, like his journey with his brother as stowaways on a ship bound for Argentina. A friend hid them in a closet.
We
could leave our hiding place for only some hours to eat and rest. Most of the time we were stuck inside the closet. The journey lasted 50 days.
Similar odysseys have inspired movie makers, fiction writers, and museum curators. They're all over the internet. But it makes a difference to get to know the man behind the story in person. That's what Project Apprentice is all about. Galante is one of 60 Holocaust survivors in Argentina who have apprentices. They are university students like Aya Udagawa from Japan. Her job is to learn as much as she can from her master, in this case, Alberto Danon. To get to know him so well, she can repeat his experiences even after he's long gone.
I find it a very personal way of interacting with history. When we sit down in the garden, we have tea, and we can talk for hours. There's never any rush. And in that way, he can transmit both his life experience and his philosophy. I've learned a lot from him, especially on how he values life, so I can repeat his experiences long after he's gone, and that is beautiful.
Alberto told Aya how he fled from Bosnia as a child after his father was taken to a concentration camp. He lived in many countries: Turkey, Syria, Israel, and Argentina. In order to survive, he changed religions. He was a Christian and a Muslim before reverting to his Jewish faith. He's happy to say he can thank God for being alive in more than one way. Alberto also changed his name and passport more than once. He was born Abraham Alberto, became Roman in Croatia, Omar in Syria, Yuda in Israel, where he was a pilot and a parachuter. When he finally moved to Argentina, he was given two Christian names, Leonardo Justo.
I was married 3 times as Leonardo, but all my wives called me Roman.
Aya keeps a diary to keep track of the time she spends with Alberto and the stories he tells. He doesn't mind repeating them over and over. His children, he says, don't want to hear them. They think he'll be saddened by the memories of all he went through and lost, but they are wrong.
I'm very proud of what I did and the person I became. I was able to survive and tell my story without feeling hatred, and I have learned from my own experience that wars, violence, and hunger lead nowhere. Being able to tell this in person is important because I believe that those who listen to me will be able to feel a part of what I felt so many years ago.
Aya will return to Japan to fulfill her promise. As part of Project Apprentice, she'll pass his story on to younger generations. She'll tell them she once knew Alberto Danon, a man with 7 names, several nationalities, and many experiences, a master of life. Both Alberto Danon and David Galante will continue telling their stories. Every year, new apprentices are chosen to be a part of this project, which in this day and age of instant information is a unique way of keeping history alive. This is Monica Yanakiev for JN1 in Buenos Aires.